It's time for another edition of Mets Musings.
Hi, this is Ron Darling.
This is Skip Lockwood.
Hi, I'm Ron Swoboda of the 69 New York Mets, and you're listening to Mets Musings with Gary Mack.
Now it's time for some New York Mets baseball talk. Here's Gary Mack bringing you the latest news and analysis from Mets Nation and the world of baseball on another edition of Mets Musings.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Mets Musing. It's been a few weeks since we've done a show, but we're going to try to knock one out today. This is game 162, the last game of the regular season, and thank goodness it's over. It has been a very difficult year, especially these past few weeks. It's been really tough to consider doing a show. You want to remain positive, but it's very difficult to do. This is not a team, the New York Mets, that you fall in love with. It's just they seem to have no personality. They can't pitch, they can't hit. They have a manager who is clearly not a major league manager. And it's just been a difficult proposition to put together a show. I know what you've been looking for, and try to meet those expectations, but very difficult for me to have done a show. It's a very frustrating situation. There's bad coaching. They can't run bases. You've got an owner who has a lot of money but doesn't seem to want to do anything and hasn't done a thing about what needs this team has. And so we come to the end of the season with as many question marks as we had at the beginning of the season. Jacob deGrom has been shut down. That was a smart move for the season. But we don't know how injured he is and how he's going to be next season when he comes back. Everything points to him being fine, but who knows? Thor has pitched again, but will the Mets sign him? We don't know. My guess is that they'll make him a qualifying offer, and if I was him, I would take it. I don't think he's going to get a lot of offers from people around the league, having not pitched in 2 years, except for these brief, brief appearance that we've seen the other night, and probably may see him pitch an inning today, just to get another one under his belt. And so it is game 162, and this awful season comes to an end, and we struggle through another poor Mets season. Now, we'll have all winter to discuss what the Mets should and should not do over the course of the offseason. A lot of it will depend upon what happens with the CBA. But the Mets should take this offseason as if there's no CBA standing in its way, and just rebuild this team, strip this team down, rebuild it up, and get ready for next year. And so this is just a little look-see into what I think they have to do. As I said, strip it down and build it up, and we'll see where it goes. we've seen some of the players come back. As I mentioned, Syndergaard has come back and pitched a couple of innings. Gesellman pitched last night, so we saw a little bit of him. He was a little bit wild, but it's been a season full of injuries, high expectations, and then a drop off the cliff, if you will, of the season after the All-Star break. So, not one that's going to go down in our memory banks as a great one, but nonetheless, it ends today, and I think we'll all be happier with that. Let's take a break and come back and talk about some of the stuff on the farm.
Baseball and BBQ, your place for interesting baseball talk, opinions, and history.
Baseball and BBQ, your place for barbecue recipes, tips, and interviews from the world of barbecue. If you like baseball and if you like barbecue, then tune in to Baseball and BBQ. Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and BaseballTalkRadio.com.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get a PhD in life through baseball? Welcome to Baseball PhD, a tour company for your brain. 30 major league teams, 100 places to see. Let's touch them all as we make the road trip of a lifetime.
Follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/MetsMusings, on Twitter at MetsMusingsGM, the Instagram is MetsMusings, and on YouTube at MetsMusings Mack. Wish to be a part of the show? Give us a call at 516-619-6341. Okay, and we're back, and it's time to go down on the farm. And on the farm, congratulations to the St. Lucie Mets. They are the Low A Southeast East champions, and though they were crowned Eastern Division champions, St. Lucie will not have the opportunity to participate in postseason play, as minor league baseball's playoff rules are the only top two teams in the league, regardless of record, will participate in the postseason. And the Tampa Tarpons and Bradenton Marauders finish with better records than St. Lucie. So while they win the division, they will not have a chance to win the league. A little screwy, but that's the new world of baseball. Francisco Alvarez, Ronnie Mauricio, and Brett Batty, the Mets' top three prospects, were named to Baseball America's top 10 list of the best prospects in the High A East League. They were all named for their contributions when playing for the Brooklyn Cyclones, though Mauricio and Batty both ended the year in Double A. Alvarez was ranked number 3, Mauricio number 5, and Batty number 7. Starting with Alvarez, the Mets' top prospect played 84 games in the East League. He had a .889 OPS and 22 home runs to go along with a 12% walk rate and a 24.6% strikeout rate across 333 plate appearances with Brooklyn. Mauricio was voted by Eastern League managers as the league's most exciting player, as well as the best defensive shortstop and the infielder with the best arm. The 20-year-old saw a power boom while playing in the East League after hitting 7 home runs over his first 2 professional seasons. Mauricio hit 19 for Brooklyn in 100 games. He was promoted to Double A for the last week and a half of the minor league season to join his former Brooklyn teammate Brett Batty, who Baseball America ranked 7th for his time in the East League this season. Batty slashed .309 over 209 plate appearances in High A before getting the call up to Binghamton, where the 21-year-old had an OPS of 787 over 40 games. Now, 21 at Bingham Double A is a couple of years younger than the Double A league average, so Batty is ahead of his progression here. Mets prospect, as is Mauricio. Mets prospect Alex Ramirez was named in Baseball America's list of the top prospects from the Low A East League. Khalil Lee put together an impressive first season in the Mets organization. As you remember, Lee was up with the team for a cup of coffee when all the injuries were taking place, but he was overmatched. He was sent back down to Syracuse when the regulars returned to the lineup. But from that point on, Lee turned things around, looked like a completely different hitter at the plate. Over 99 games on the season, Lee has 13 homers and 20 doubles. He's also posted a .945 OPS and a stellar .449 on base percentage. Mark Vientos on the season has 25 homers with Binghamton and Syracuse combined. In 10 games with Syracuse, Vientos has 3 homers, 4 RBI, and he's hitting .286. While with Binghamton, 72 games, he hit .281 with 22 homers and 59 RBI. And if you remember, Vientos got off to a terrible start on the season, but put it all together and really had a sensational season. Between so much so that he got promoted to AAA and continued to, in a very small sample, 10 games. But he continued his power hitting there, 3 home runs as we record this, and 4 RBI and hit .286. So respectable numbers in a move that can sometimes screw a player up. Vientos took it with stride, and throw in the fact that they moved him from one position to another, not a permanent move, but they were having him play some left field at Binghamton, and I don't know if they continued that at Syracuse. He's only been there for 10 games, so but a good year. So there's some good prospects there. Whether they pan out further along, but is 5 guys enough? I don't know. We should see Vientos next year. I would like to see him. We'll see him in spring training, definitely. We'll probably see all of these guys in spring training. Whether or not he can hook on to the big club with a big spring training, it remains to be seen. And it will be interesting to see whether he does that. But we'll keep our fingers crossed for that, and that would solve a lot of problems. As far as the other guys, Alvarez, I think will. He's so young. He may start the season in Brooklyn and get moved to Binghamton, or he may go right to Binghamton. And I think Mauricio and Batty will definitely start the season in Binghamton. And if they progress and continue what they're doing, they could be in Syracuse and Mauricio. Those are young guys, and we'll see. They could solve some problems maybe down the road, and if not next year, the year after that. But they're coming, and they're coming hard. Let's hope they don't decide to trade any of them in the offseason like they've done the last couple of years and traded away our top guys for essentially bums. We got Cano, who was a big bust and literally was busted. And of course Diaz, who's been hot and cold. And then the latest deal with Baez, we don't even know if he's going to be here. So, traded number one pick for a 5-month rental or a couple months rental that didn't really pan out and didn't lead this team anywhere. So, I don't know. We will see. All right. But that's going to wrap it up for this week. So, just a short one to let you know that I am still alive, still doing a show, and that it has been a difficult year, and especially for me. After being a fan for so many years, it's frustrating, and I don't want to become completely uh, defeatist and you know not be a positive, but it's been a difficult time. So I want you all to know that. So I hope you'll tune in again. We're gonna try to make some, get some guests on, and we'll have our end of the year roundtable sometime soon, and get everybody in to talk about that. As soon as we can put that together. So we're going to wrap it up for this week's show. I hope you enjoyed it. And I want to thank you for listening and watching. And don't forget to subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Google Play and on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and smash that like button. That tells YouTube that you like the show and you want to see more of it, and it also helps us to grow the community and expand to new listeners. So until the next time, have a great week, everybody, and I will see you soon in another edition of Mets Musings.